Good morning. Well, I am Rajneesh. Here, I am a guest lecturer in the Motihari College of the Engineering. Here, as per the curriculum and the existing, syllabus, there is a very important topic, and that is the guest lecture. Don't consider first, don't be confused, and don't consider that the guest lecturer is not an expert. Basically, the guest lecturer is an expert in their respective field. Mind it. The guest lecturer is basically a well-experienced and expert in their existing field. A general lecturer, he has the only link about the textbook, and in the practicality, he don't have the very much experience. Suppose the somebody is giving a lecture of the boiler in the mechanics, and he never been in the boiler in the industrial training, and he don't have the experience of the boiler in the industrial experience. So he is lacking there. No doubt, I am here. I will assume that he will know much and the more about in the text matter about the boiler. But in the practicality in the real life needed, and what exactly ins and out of the perspective of the boiler, he definitely knows less than who is and the guest lecturer, because the guest lecturer throughout worked in the boiler. Here, one important matter, that basically the guest lecturer provides the opportunity to meet the passionate and the committed and the critical people to learn from the various ways. This type of the lecturer is not only concerned with your bookies and the textbook knowledge. Suppose I am giving an example in a class, I am also a guest lecturer, I am giving a class in the chapter of the motivation on any chapter. Whatever the case study I am putting just before you, it is the real life experience, the practical experience I am posing before you. But you won't find this sort of the case study not in the text matter. That's why repeatedly I am saying that especially the guest lecturer provides you the real world experience. Real world experience. Take the example of the Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan is a hero, no doubt. There are so many actors. Who is the greatest actor? He is the more worthful actor than the Amitabh Bachchan. One, the more important thing about the Amitabh Bachchan, when he was the hero, then he gone to zero, he was about to bankrupt, and thereafter he also started and shake hand with the Kaun Banega Crorepati and improve his the name and the frame, and again he is sitting on the previous seat as he was. That's why he is the Mahanayak, and that's why he is the Amitabh Bachchan, and that's why I have chosen him as the case study, because the real world experience. This sort of the experience is the real world experience. A book cannot give you. Book can give you the principle. Book can give you the text matter, but for the practicality, for the real time, for the real needs, it cannot pose you the case study. Here, the authentic, vivid picture with the transdisciplinary approach. Here, suppose somebody, some of you, and the sum of the case study is that a student was so much poor that he don't had the dinner money to spare. He used to eat the Parle-G biscuit and used to study in the street light, and finally he break the so many previous records. So, that fellow has the real-time experience. He not only experienced with that he got the successful, he had the real exposure, he had the real pain for the emptiness of his the belly, emptiness of his the stomach, the problem of the studying. Economical problem, there are so many problems. That's why this is the authentic, vivid picture with the transdisciplinary approach. And third one, the student get connected with the text matter and the real world. Because real experience, the person who earned, who experienced, he will only link it. And this is who is the guest lecturer. I am in your college, I having the 18 years, the corporate and the company experience. My age is the 52 and I worked for the 18 to 20 years in the previous sector, in the corporate sector. So, the whatever I studied, I also linked in my practical life during my working days. So, I have the better experience than you and than the other type of the professor, because I was fully indulged in the corporate sector for the 18 to 20 years. I learned so many things. That's why if you take the example, the study unit like the Kota, Akash, even the expert motivator and the corporate and the industrial experience people is the very much regarded as the guest lecture, because the gyan, the knowledge, the guest lecture will impart, we won't find anywhere, because this is the real lecture. This is the live one. This is the tested. This is the practical. Here, the guest lecture provides, I already discussed here, what is the process of the guest lecturer. I have written a formula here, A, B, C. A for an introduction. During the introduction, you will have to only discuss about the topic. Suppose the topic, you are from the CSE department, computer department, the role of the computerization in the national economy. You won't find the answer in your textbook, but the person who is an expert and he have the multi-disciplinary approach, हर एक विषय का अगर ज्ञानी है वो, it is very easy for him to dictate you, because he have the varieties of the ideas. Then after, give him and them the time allocation. It may be of the 2 hours, it may be of the 1 hour. 2 days workshop हो सकता है, 4 day workshop हो सकता है. This is up to the guest lecture learning. And then after comes body. वो आखिर बोलेगा क्या? Again, here is a one formula, 5W1H. First W who, second W what, third W where, 4W why, fifth W when, and 1H how. And then S/W. Where the S strength, W weakness, you can also say the merit and the demerit. If you will think over it, definitely you will get the more and the more ideas about it. आप अपने आप से पूछिए, talk to yourself only. Who is the problem? Where is the problem? Why is the problem? When is the problem? How does this problem create? You will find the real answer from your side, and this will be the very practical. Here, the conclusion, finally conclusion. Conclusion, give the balanced conclusion. You cannot, if you will be inclined to one side, the second side will feel the very much isolated. So, your conclusion, your briefing must be very technical and well balanced, and pay thanks to the listeners. So, the guest lecture is not simply a lecturing on that very topic. A guest lecture definitely has the multidisciplinary approach and the text matter linked experience and the real time world and the real world experience. He is the very much regarded in the foreign country. So, please consider, and this is the matter. This is the topic included in your syllabus, because sometimes you are expert in the sum application and the sum of the problem. You can be also called within your company. Suppose you are the employed at the Pune, you have been given a lecture on a certain point where at the Bombay. From the Bombay you can be given for the Trivandrum. So this sort of the things also happening well within the organization. So these are the days of the social media, YouTube. ठीक है? YouTube is also appreciating this such of the things. Social media is also very important to improve your guest lecture. So this is a very important, take it not a granted, this is the serious matter, and improve your capacity and the capability. And whosoever you are and the whatsoever your discipline, if you will know the better ins and the out and your contextualization of the study, if it will be linked with the practical and the real world, you can do a wonder. In the meantime, I am taking a goodbye from you. Thank you very much.